Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 62 of Winning a National Title with Every Team in the Game. If you guys missed the last couple episodes, they've been pretty quick. But I guess the last two episodes have been pretty quick. The other ones have been decently long seasons. But if you have missed any episodes, down in the description below will be a record of every team that we've done so far and their record, or I guess their season they have won the national championship. Also in the top right hand corner will be a playlist for episode 1 all the way to now. But new episode means new team, so let's go ahead and get this wheel spin and see who we are going to choose in this go. And it looks like, I don't even know who that is. Going to be Jacksonville State. So we're going to get another, I don't know. They are in the CUSA. I believe we're very, very close with the CUSA. There's Conference USA. We've done FIU. We've done Sam Houston. We've done Middle Tennessee. And we've done Utep. So we've done 4. I think we've done New Mexico State as well. I can't remember now. It's down in the description below somewhere probably. But Jacksonville State is 75 overall. One of probably the middle of the road here for the CUSA. But we can kind of see how we go. We are a program builder too, which will be nice. So we'll have to see how we do here with Jacksonville State. And, see how we do overall. Let's check our coaching abilities. We do have Architect as well. Again, Program Builder. Mostly we'll have to upgrade this for the pipelines. We do have Motivator as well. Need to upgrade the first 2 to get wide receivers and offensive line. And we do have Recruiter, and it's mostly running back and offensive line just to scout. Our offensive coordinator does have wide receivers and running backs to scout. Our defensive coordinator is the best. D-line up to weekly recruiting hours. Same thing with linebackers, and DBs have the influencing actions. We also have a gain interest for every 10 hours spent for D-line, linebackers, and DBs. So that's going to be very, very nice to get later on for those players. Looking at the roster, though, we also have a 93 overall left guard, which will be very, very nice. We also have an 87 tight end, 82 middle linebacker. We have a lot of people going to leave, so that's gonna hurt. But quarterbacks is 76. Wide receivers, we need speed. Other than Colbert, who is 96, but he's a 59 overall. Offensive line, again, got a lot of people leaving us. D-line, same thing. Linebacker, we desperately need linebackers. Need corners, especially. Safeties are okay. And we don't need kicker or punter yet. We will need it next year. But I'm going to go ahead and simulate Season 1. I'll see everyone at the end of Season 1 here with Jacksonville State. So here we are at the end of Season 1 here at Jacksonville State, where we go 9-3 on the season, ranked number 20th, having to face Liberty, who also went 9-3 on the season in the CUSA Championship. Looking at the schedule on the season, I mean, we start off with a win against Coastal Carolina, losing to Louisville pretty badly, but then bouncing back with an Eastern Michigan, Southern Mississippi win, beating Kennesaw State, New Mexico State, and Middle Tennessee before losing back-to-back games against Liberty and Louisiana Tech, and then winning our final 3 with Florida International, Sam Houston, and Western Kentucky to finish out the 9-3 season. So honestly, this is a win season in year number 1 for us already, because we're probably going to move up a bunch in prestige-wise, I think. We actually won, so we're 10-3 on the season as a 75. Is Jacksonville State just cracked? I mean, granted, they are in the CUSA, but Zion Turner, 335 yards. My goodness. Can't even talk. Jalen Milroe wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,600 yards, 42 touchdowns, to 4 interceptions on the season. And we playing Fresno State in the New Mexico Bowl. So we don't make the college football playoff. Wasn't expecting it in year number 1. But we do make a bowl game at 10-3 on the season, too, which if we can win here, that's 11-3. In our first year with Jacksonville State would be a huge plus to move forward with this team. But about to find out the answer here, and we do lose. So we're 10-4, but we do end up being ranked to end it. Pro potential is up to a B+. Coach stability goes down, but coach prestige goes up, so that's nice. And Alabama ends up winning it all, 42-24 over Oregon, with Miami of Ohio, Louisville, Alabama, Oklahoma State, and Ohio State as the automatic qualifiers, with Alabama going 16-0. Texas, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Colorado and Oregon, Kansas State, and Notre Dame as the at-large bids here in year number 1. But yeah, all in all, a great season. Here number 1, it's on to year number 2 with Jacksonville State. And here we are in season 2 with Jacksonville State. We're back in the conference championship game. However, it's with an 8-4 overall team, facing an FIU 7-5 team in the conference championship. But again, 8-4 is really solid. Losing our first 2 games of the season against Oklahoma State and Southern Mississippi before winning 6 in a row, or 7. That's 7 in a row. Georgia Southern, FCS, Liberty, Western Kentucky, Louisiana Tech, FIU, and Kennesaw State. Was that 8? No, that's 7. I can't do math. Then we lose to UTEP, beat Middle Tennessee, but then lose to Sam Houston to end the season. So we do go 8-4 again in the conference championship. So hopefully we can win again and potentially get another CUSA championship. Just signed a right tackle, which will be nice because I don't think we had many players. And we won again. We're 9-4 on the season, and we're an 81 overall. Like, we're still pretty far away from competing in for a college football playoff. But, man, we'll put up some points. Jackson Arnold wins the Heisman. I never see him win a Heisman. But 3,000 yards, 34 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the season. Be playing Georgia State in the Bahamas Bowl. So another bowl game. Hopefully we can win this one. And if we can, we're 10-4. We're already a 3-star prestige school. So hopefully we can move even higher to maybe even a 3.5. Or I don't think we're a 4. I think if you're a 4, you make the college football playoff. If I remember correctly. But all in all, I mean, we'll take a 3-star school, and we won. So we're 10-4. We're now down to a 2.5 for some reason, but coach prestige goes up to an A, conference prestige goes up to a C+, and pro potential actually goes down to a C-. We got a couple people wanting to transfer out, but other than that, it is not bad. But let's look at the bracket where Clemson just absolutely demolishes Kansas State 63-28 with Old Dominion at 8-6. 8-5, really. How did we not make it? How is Old Dominion getting in? But Clemson, Michigan, LSU, and Texas Tech were the other automatic qualifiers, with Texas, Texas A&M, Georgia, Kansas State, Bama, and Cincinnati, Oklahoma as the at-large bid. So Old Dominion, kind of wild that we don't get in, even though we were 9-4. But anywho, that's going to end season 2. It's on to season 3 here with Jacksonville State. So here we are in year number 3 with Jacksonville State, where we go 11-1 on the year with Liberty in the Conference USA Championship game. I don't know how we went 11-1 just because we're an 84 overall team. Our only loss came against Texas. We only lost by 4. And we're ranked 7th in the nation. I mean, we won every game by multiple scores. So this team is hopefully really good enough to win another conference title. And that's 3 in a row. I don't think I've ever won 3 in a row with the team. I think I might have with like the earlier teams, but that was when the simulations were broken in this game. So, but we did win. We're 12-1. We are ranked 8, so we are going to the college football playoff for the first time with Jacksonville State. It'll just depend if we get a first round bye or do we play in the first round, even though we get a conference win. We do sign a 4-star guard, which will definitely help us out. 12-1 on the season is kind of insane. As an 84 overall, we also win head coach of the year, so we'll take that all day. We also win coordinator of the year, so we'll take that as well. Do we win anything more? Dante Moore wins the Heisman, 3,800 yards, 38 touchdowns to 4 interceptions on the season, and we do get a bye in the college football playoff. Clemson, Cincinnati, Oregon, Jacksonville State, and Alabama make it as the automatic qualifiers, with Charlotte, Penn State, Tennessee, and Pitt, Florida State, Georgia, and Oklahoma as the at-large bid. So it's going to be a tough game against Clemson or Florida State here, but hopefully we can take advantage and get a win. But we are going to be playing Clemson in the Peach Bowl. It's going to be a tough game. I mean, we're an 84 overall. I don't expect at all to win. We also need to hire staff. We need to hire our offensive coordinator, which is not very good because our offensive coordinator did have recruiter. So I'm going to have to find someone that has recruiting. And so far, I'm not really finding one other than, like, maybe this guy, but hopefully he signs with us. He's a tactician, but you never know what we could get here late in the year. Well, let's go ahead and get this started against Clemson. They're 10-4 on the year. They're an 89, and we are an 84. This will be an absolute dominant performance from Clemson because Clemson always does very well in simulations, which we haven't gotten Clemson yet. So there's one team that we haven't gotten that will probably be another quick team to be done. But all in all, we'll kind of have to see how they do. But looks like we're going to start on offense first, and hopefully the offense can do something. We go pretty much 3-and-out, and Clemson gets a field goal, and we do as well to tie it up at half. This will probably be the best we ever do in this game because they get a touchdown and another field goal and another touchdown, and it's 20-3 at the half. Clemson will get another touchdown. It's 34-3. I really don't think there's a point of me going play-by-play here. We do get one touchdown, so we got that to hang our hat on. We get two touchdowns at the end of the game, but at that point, it was already over. We lose 34-18 to Clemson, so our first ever run in the college football playoff is done in round 2 in the quarterfinals. Granted, I did not expect a 12-1 season in year number 3 with Jacksonville State, but here we are. Technically, it's 12-2. I just want to make sure that we do hire our staff here, so I don't have to continue pretty much trying to hire offensive coordinator. But you never know what can happen. But unfortunately, Zion Turner will be leaving us. He is a senior, and he's a 90 overall. So that was a big boost. We did get him, so we were good there. Most of those guys now have recruiter stuff. But advancing to the end of season recap, I can't even talk now because it's super late. And yeah, I'm recording these in bulk. So yeah, pro potential is up to a B. Coach stability is up to an A. Coach prestige is down, and athletic facilities is up. So that's fun. Oregon ends up beating Clemson 31-24 in the national championship. Penn State barely beat Charlotte. Wow. And then they beat Cincinnati pretty good and lost to Oregon. Oregon barely beat Pitt and then won by 7. Clemson defeated Georgia by 3, and Georgia destroyed Oklahoma, destroyed Alabama in these SEC games. But all in all, that's going to end Season 3. It's on to Season 4 with Jacksonville State. And here we are in Season 4 here with Jacksonville State, where we go only 7-5 on the season. So we come back down to earth a little bit, especially with an 85 overall. Facing UAB, we lost. They were ranked at the time, so fortunately they go 7-5. Western Michigan, we won. Then we lost to Alabama. Then we beat FCS and Liberty, so I thought we would turn the season around until we lost back-to-back to Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech before winning against FIU, losing to Kennesaw State, but then winning our last 3 games to go 7-5 and keep with the winning record. Sam Houston, Mexico State, and Middle Tennessee, all away games as well. So, unfortunately, 7-5 is not going to get it done. We'll see who wins the Heisman Trophy and the National Championship like we normally do. Unfortunately, especially after a season where we went to the College Football Playoff last year, and not even getting close to it this year, it kind of hurts a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and sim one more week because we'll see the Heisman winner. We'll also see our bowl game as well because we should get a bowl game at 7-5. We're also signing a bunch of 3-star finally. So we'll take that. Apparently Bama stole a 3-star free safety from us. I don't know why they're taking 3 stars. But Tommy Newman wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,700 yards, 42 touchdowns to 2 interceptions on the season. We'll be playing New Mexico in the Hawaii Bowl. So not a very far flight from us, but not very far flight for New Mexico. We'll go ahead and simulate to the end of season recap here. See who ends up winning it all here near number 4. And, of course, see how well we can do next season and hopefully make it back to the college football playoff in year number 5. Pro potential is down to a C. Not very good because we got people wanting to transfer out. But Georgia ends up winning it all 42-35 over Oklahoma State with Central Michigan, USC, Georgia, Charlotte, and Clemson as the automatic qualifiers, with LSU, Oregon, and Texas, North Carolina, Pitt, and Oklahoma State and Washington as the at-large bids. So congrats to Georgia, but that's ending Season 4. It's on to Season 5 with Jacksonville State. And here we are in Season number 5 here with Jacksonville State, where we go 11-1 again. We're back to the dominance from this team, having to face Louisiana Tech, who went 9-3 on the season. We are ranked number 8 in the nation, so hopefully we can be pretty good. Our only loss came against UAB, 24-6, so then we won 11 in a row. FCS, Central Michigan, Sam Houston. We ended up beating North Carolina, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, Western Kentucky, Liberty, Kansas State, Louisiana Tech, and FIU to finish out the season. So a win here, and we get another bye in the college football playoff, which would be very, very nice. If we lose, probably out of it, unfortunately. And we did win, so we are 12-1. We are ranked 9th in the nation, so we did go down for some reason. I don't know why, because we did face a ranked opponent, but we're still going to make it no matter what, just because we won the tournament and we're in the top 10. So it just depends if we are going to get a bye or if we are going to be in the first round. We are like we're an 87 overall team, so hopefully we can do well in the playoffs. Air Noland wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,000 yards, 36 touchdowns to 8 interceptions here in year number 5. We're playing Oregon in the college football playoff, so we don't get a first-round bye. It is North Carolina, Kentucky, Oklahoma State, Ohio State, and us as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Notre Dame, Oregon, Tennessee, and Georgia, and Clemson and LSU as the at-large bid. So North Carolina just won to jump us to where we would have had a bye at 4. Miami's 7-5 and made it. That's kind of wild. But well, let's go ahead and get started against Oregon. They are 10-3 on the season, and we are 12-1, and they are a 91 overall team. I think I think we faced Georgia, and they're like a 92, 93 one time. But this is probably one of the most toughest teams we'll ever play against, and we're going to be playing in the snow on the road. It looks like we're going to start on offense first as well. And the offense has to punt, but they punt. We get a touchdown right off it, and another one. So it's 14-0 after one. Here on the road, it's now 21-0. And it's still that score at the half. We get a turnover, which is huge. And another touchdown. It's 28-0 over Oregon, now 28-7. And unfortunately, we have to punt, but 4th and inches, they get a rushing first down. Then we get a sack, but then a defensive penalty gives them a first down. And another first down, but there's only 3 minutes left. They go for the onside kick, and another touchdown. It's 35-14, and that's going to end the game with a 35-21 victory over Oregon. And we win our first college football playoff game. We lost 2 years ago, and last year we didn't even make it. So, moving on to play the number 1 overall seed. But, man, that's a good win. I mean, we were underdogs against Oregon, and we put up 35 points. The offense came to play. That's what I'd like to see out of the simulation offenses. Aragon gets player of the week. We'll take that, and we'll be playing Kentucky in the Sugar Bowl. So they were the 1 overall seed. Let's take a look at the other ones as well. Notre Dame, Georgia, and Clemson all won. So now it's about who's going to move on after this. So let's see what happens. So let's get started here against Kentucky. They're 12-1, and we are 13-1 on the season. They're an 85 overall team. So technically we have the overall advantage, but we have seen many a times that overalls don't really matter at this point. We just saw last week Oregon had one of the best teams we ever played against, and we beat them. So we got to win here. We're going to start on defense first here. And the defense gets a stop. The offense gets stopped. Another multiple punts by both sides. It's 0-0 after one. Still all punts. And then we finally put up the first points of the game before Kentucky gets a touchdown to be up 7-3 at the half. We get another field goal. It's by one. And going into the fourth quarter, we have the football. I think we got a punt to start. Yeah, we got a punt to start. Oh, that penalty cost us big, but we do get a stop and a big run. And we get our first touchdown in the game to go up 7 after the 2-point conversion until Kentucky gets another big play touchdown. 4th and 16, we got a punt. And we need to get into field goal range, but we don't. Now we're going to overtime, but we do get the touchdown. Kentucky gets a touchdown as well. Now we just need a touchdown to win the game. And we do. It does. I don't know why it doesn't show it and then has the stuff for it, but we get the win 27-24 in overtime, or I guess in double overtime, where the defense gets a stop, the offense scores a touchdown, and we're moving on to the semifinals for the first time here with Jacksonville State here in year number 5. We will take that all day long. And now it's about figuring out who we're going to play against. It could be Notre Dame. Could potentially be Notre Dame. It will be another tough matchup for us. But you never know what can happen in these games. I mean, we are facing Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl, but look what happened with Oregon. We blow them out. And then we struggle against Kentucky, who is a little bit lesser of an overall team, but now it's going to be having a tough battle against Notre Dame here, who is 14-0, and Georgia and Ohio State's on the other side. So it's going to be a tough matchup either or. But let's get started against 14-0 Notre Dame. Well, we are 14-1, and they're an 89 overall team. We're an 87, so they have the overall advantage. Last time we didn't have the overall advantage. We won 35-21. So hopefully we can have that happen again. And let's go to the national championship game, hopefully. And we're going to start on offense first here against Notre Dame. And we go backwards. Notre Dame gets a touchdown to take the lead 7-0 after one. Second quarter, Notre Dame gets a field goal. It's 10-0. Still 10. It'll be that way at the half. Offense just is sputtering right now. Defense gets a stop, but unfortunately the offense just can't get anything going. It's 10-0 going into the fourth quarter. If the offense could just get, and it's 4th and 14, we had to go for it, and the defense has played out of their minds today. Only 10 points allowed. The offense finally gets going. It's now 10-7. Defense gets a stop. We have one timeout. We need to get into field goal range, and we are, and we get it. We're going to overtime again. 3rd and 4, and they get a touchdown. We get a one-play touchdown. And we get another one and the 2-point conversion. 4th and 1, they get the first. And they get the touchdown, but they don't get the 2. And Jacksonville State comes back from 10-0 down to put up 25 points in the fourth quarter with barely any time left and overtime. That is, we scored 20. We shut them out in the second half. That was huge. Only 10 points given up in regulation for both teams, but Jacksonville State comes away with the victory because of the 2-point conversion. So we're going to the national championship game to play either Georgia or Ohio State. I am scared. I mean, this was probably one of the toughest runs that we've had in a long time, just because we're normally like Power 4 schools at this point. So having Jacksonville State kind of run it here, it's kind of nice. We'll be playing Georgia in the national championship game, and you all know how Georgia likes to be. They beat Ohio State 27-20, 20-17 over Oklahoma State, and 33-14 over Tennessee in their other 3 matchups. So let's get this started against 15-1 Georgia. We are an 87. There are a 90 overall. We got to play very, very well in this game, just like we did against Oregon. We cannot be giving up turnovers. We can't be giving up anything like that. We have to play well enough to hopefully do something here. We're going to start on offense first in this game as well, and we turn it over immediately. But then we get a touchdown, and we hold them. It's 7-3 after one. Georgia, though, will get another field goal, so it's 7-6, and now 14-6, and 14-13 at the half. Not what you're looking for from our defense to try to hold before the half. Now it's 21-13. The offense has played very, very decently well this game, and hopefully they can put up another score, and they don't. And we get a turnover. The defense comes alive. It's a 15-point game with 3:30 to go. Georgia, however, is still in it, and they show it there. It's an 8-point game with 2 minutes to go. Georgia has the ball at the 47, and it's a tie game with 53 seconds to go. And just like the last 3 games, we are going to overtime. Defense gets a stop. They missed the field goal. All we now need is a field goal, but we get a touchdown. And Jacksonville State's defense comes alive when it needs to. Getting a stop in overtime, and the offense puts up a score. 34-28 win over Georgia. The huge missed field goal by Georgia. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just had to sneeze, so that's why you just heard just nothingness there. I didn't want you to blow out your eardrums from my sneeze. But all in all, Jacksonville State will be done. I thought my game just froze there. I was like trying to move forward. It wouldn't go. I was like, I'm uploading it. We're not even looking at the stats. But anywho, taking a look at the stats. But yeah, another team done. Yeah, so it's pretty nice. But Aragon, 3,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Yee had over 1,000 yards with 9 touchdowns. Aragon 430 with 3. Lando 291 and 2. Woolen 47 and 2. And Ezekiel 37 and 3. Woolen almost had 1,000 yards, had 994 with 15 touchdowns. Colbert 633 with 2. Sonderman 480 with 8. Tongues 360 with 4. Talia 229 and 3. Butchered that name. 221 with 4. And then Crum had 1 catch Swan 3 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. Defensive-wise, Roche led the team with 85 tackles. Washington led with tackles for a loss. Ibarra had 23 sacks. Robbins had 5 interceptions to lead the team. Also had 10 deflections. We forced a lot of fumbles and recovered a lot of fumbles too. We had 1 blocked kick. We did not have a safety, and we had 1 defensive touchdown. Kicking-wise, Levis, perfect through the field goals, but did have 1 extra point blocked. But yeah, 18 for 18 on field goals. Punting-wise, 3,800 yards for Stack, 14 inside the 2017 touchbacks, and no kick or punt return touchdowns for Jacksonville State. But that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. Tomorrow will be another episode of our Zero Overall franchise over on With the Show. We'll probably have another 2 seasons simulated. Hopefully we can finally win 60 games, enough to go after anyone from 70 to 75 overall. So look out for that. Winning a night with every team will be back on Wednesday, and then again on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And now we're almost halfway. Getting this done. I think 1 more game. No, I think we got to be like 67. I think 67 is exactly halfway. So we got about like 4 or 5 more episodes until we are exactly halfway done with this series. So College Football 26, this will return as well, along with another Zero Overall Dynasty as well, and then just a normal Dynasty on the other side as well. So look out for that when that comes out, probably around in August. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy Monday. I know it's Monday, but Mondays are Mondays. Yeah, have a great night. I'm out. Peace.